I'm live. That was painful. Anyway, if someone's online, type something in the chat and we'll see what happens. All right. I changed my screen resolution to help everyone see what the heck is on my screen. And this is challenging for me because I'm not used to this kind of screen resolution. So I'm going to try to pull this over a little bit just so I can see if someone's talking or anything. So recap from yesterday, we had a couple of trades. We're sitting at $250 at the end of the day. We have a profit loss. We're down $3.80 as it stands right now. We had a dollar CAD that went into profit. Not a whole lot of profit, but it's a profit. Profit is profit. So right now we're sitting on a couple trades. I expanded the stop loss because we had the non-farm payroll report today. And as we could see, it swung up 30 pips on Euro USD. It wasn't that big of an issue really. The miss on the non-farm payroll wasn't that huge actually. So let's just take a look at that. Forex non-farm payroll. The previous number was 266. Consensus was 164, and it came 145. Of course, market mover and market makers used that to swing the market. Took out stop losses sitting in this area, and in this area, there's a liquidity pool right here. So they used that to take out a couple of people, probably a fair amount of people actually. But overall, not a biggie. And think about this. This candle closed up here, so this candle started here. So it went down, went all the way up here, and came back and closed below the opening. So this would indicate there is more juice in the short than there is in the long. So we're still sitting on this. Going over to the dollar index. Here's the news event of the non-farm payroll. And I do have to say that this is extremely big. Again, I'm not used to this resolution. I got a 4K screen, so a little challenging for me to get used to this, but I understand it was difficult for people to see my videos. And so I'm trying to make it easy for everyone. So non-farm payroll, stop loss hunt, took out. These were the people that were long on the dollar. They're out as of that candle. Market movers want the market to go up, so they're up. I say they want to go up because they broke this resistance this morning, confirmation candle, a slight tweak back in preparation for the non-farm payroll report. And now we have this sitting here. So it's been an extremely slow week, but the non-farm payroll week is usually very slow, so we haven't made a whole lot of progress. So let's go over here. I want to see if I get this one up as well, just to make sure if there's someone on that I can pay attention, but there's no one on right now. So anyway, I'm just going to keep chatting away here. I said I was going to be online for about an hour, so we'll see if there's enough stuff here for me to talk about for an hour. I did add, and I don't have my webcam on today. Trying to get used to all of this live stuff, and I have to get better with the encoding software, OBS, and all that stuff. So improvements to come, always something to look forward to, I guess. If you like my pretty face, I kind of like it. So and I know you're missing it right now, so I'll do better on that. Anyway, right now, Euro USD is sitting on a line that, if we zoom out a little bit, that I pulled last night. There was a resistance over here and resistance support. We drew this one a while back. Actually, I drew this one last night, but I wanted to see what would happen to Euro USD at this level, and it came down here. And so we're at the bottom of this trading channel that we drew about 2 days ago, right? And so there's the support here, a natural support right here, and we look left, we see support, support, resistance, support, support, support. So it's a pretty good area right here, and I'm expecting eventually a bounce, but we're going to see what happens, because we did break through this support, and we're now down at this support, which sits over here. We get a breakdown here. We'll probably come down below this support level, and then we're going to look for a profit level somewhere around here at 103, 1080, 1038, somewhere around there. So I'll put a line over here. This is potential profit. And as always, this is difficult. All right, so we get through this support. We'll be looking for profit down below there. There is, of course, a risk. We're at the bottom of the trading channel, and we should be going back up again. But we're short on euro, and we're long on dollar, and we are that because we believe the dollar is going to climb further. By the way, if you trade gold, that means gold. If dollar goes up, gold goes down. So just, but if you have a micro account, stay away from gold. Stay away from gold until you have 10,000 in your account. Then you can start trading in. Not before that. If you do, get ready to blow your account. Unless you know what you're doing. All right, so I'm taking a look here. What's going on with Euro USD? I'm looking for this structure. See if it holds. We're up here. We had this low, and then we had this low, so it broke that. So we're waiting for another bounce down, and then test this. And we did break through this support here at 110.92. So we're just going to let that one sit. We have dollar Swiss franc. We bought that over here. We had non-farm payroll again, going back up and down. There's support resistance here. Here's a stop loss. This one will probably be taken out. That's okay. We're banking 98 cents, but profit is profit again. It's been an extremely slow week, and I'm hoping next week will be different. It should be, since we've gotten past this major report, and there we are. We're out. Dollar yen, haven't gone into this one, but I am looking at it. But we have a consolidation going on here. Again, it's weird, this being at this small screen. So consolidation right around here. This is how I draw it. You can draw it any way you like. So we're looking for a break above this to see if we're going to go long on dollar yen. Go out to monthly. This is something that's been sitting here for quite some time, been tested for quite some time. This is a pretty darn strong resistance support area. So when did we break below this? That was in May. We broke above it in January. Now we're in January again. Let's see. May, broke below it. January. Starting to see a pattern here, I think. So I'm not sure if there is a trade to be had here. I do have a railroad track here, so and again bullish on dollar, so it's reasonable to believe that this one will go up. But right now, it most likely will come down here before it does anything. It could go back up here, 24 pips. I'm not ready to take a trade on this one yet. I need to have a break above this structure, or as always, my phone rings, always with the exceptional timing. I swear to God, it's like people know I'm on doing something with video conferencing. And a break below this with confirmation. Either line here needs to have confirmation. Talking about 18, 20 pips. So I'll leave that one there. We'll see what happens. US CAD, we have a buy order on that. This is non-farm payroll report again. Leave that baby sitting. We're down 17 pips. That's okay. And we could potentially reload this one because if we look at this one, scary, huh? For Pete's sake. This is something we drew the other day, and price came down here, lots of wicks, so that's supply. Now it's reasonable to believe it's going to go up, so let's just give it a short try. We'll put $2 on it, 34 pips. Let's see. That's again bullish on dollar. Just looking to take something here. Don't know really what, but let's say we aim for coming up here. Where could we go here? We could go up here. 61 pips. That's quite reasonable. All right, so we'll have that one. The inset of the USD, New Zealand dollar. Remember the sweet spot that we talked about a while ago? Well, we sure did come down to this sweet spot, and we'd marked it. So I think we're primed for our long on this one. We're short on it currently, so we're going to see what happens here. We have a structure here, an old structure here. So we'll keep an eye on what's going on here. And again, I'm trading with a broker where I can hedge. If you're trading with an American broker, you probably can't hedge. So then there's another way of hedging, and that has to do with correlation. So let's look at correlation. Currency correlation. The way this works is you have currency pair and it's either -1 or +1. And if it's +1, then the currency you're looking at here, for instance, Euro USD, if it's +1, Euro USD, and let's say odd cat had a +1, it has 0.71 here, so it's almost +1. That means that they move odd CAD moves 70% in sync with Euro USD. If it's a negative, well, then if Euro USD goes up, then odd CAD goes down. So that's a way that you could hedge. You take, let's say you're Euro USD, you have a losing trade on it, you're long, and find the one that goes opposite to Euro USD, as close to 1 as you can on whatever other time frame you're trading on, and go short on that. So that'll be your hedge. So in this case, if we were long on Euro USD and we want to find something that goes absolutely the opposite way, we have odd yen. It's a good one. Odd USD, definitely a great one, 94. It's almost a negative one. So they will almost be step locked into counter each other's moves. So Euro USD goes up, odd USD goes down. So that's a good one. Swiss franc, Hong Kong dollar, 0.97. Now there's going to be an immense spread on that one because it's a exotic pair. So be careful also not to take something that has a spread that's 100 pips. It could happen if you have an exotic pair. So that's a way of hedging. And you can also see if you have a couple of trades and you've taken them and you don't know if you have correlation or not, and you don't know if the open trades you have are going to move in correlation to each other, you can always go in here, and I'll post these links here in the description below once I'm done with this. And you can go there and check it out. Don't forget to refresh because this does update. This is 1 hour. You have, so this is Oanda. They're pretty damn good. And then you have FX Street. Update this one as well. Their map is, it's easy to read and quickly assess. So we have the Euro USD here, and Euro Yen is currently working 87% in correlation to Euro USD, meaning they move the same way. So if Euro USD goes up, Euro Yen goes up, and this is on 15 minutes, and you can look at it in 1 hour. Correlation goes down a little bit. So that's how you can hedge if you're trading with American brokers. So good luck with that. And I keep looking at the camera even though I don't have the camera turned on. So let's get back here. So we've had a whole week where we started with $252 and we really haven't had any profit yet. Some people would think that that's a failure, and I don't take it as a failure. I'm almost at the exact same spot as I started at, and for me, that's given me a chance to see the market, work the market, and not really lost anything. I haven't gained anything, but with trading a micro account, on my larger account, I've had enough juice there to sustain myself. I'm also trading the stock market, so sometimes you hear the stock bell goes off ringing at 9:30 in the morning, so I'm trading stock market as well. So I have those as my source of revenue. This is more a challenge, and it's also a journey to show you guys what you can do, but you need to be realistic. You start with an account at $200 or $250 or $100. I have people asking me what I can do for them with $100. I can't do anything for you, really. I'm not licensed to trade your money. I had a copy service, meaning when I took a trade, it copied over to your trade account. I haven't fired that back up again, and I'm not really sure if I will. I did that last year and the year before with moderate success, and I'm not so sure. I'd rather show you guys this, and hopefully you take away some learning. The biggest thing is I have a lot of people that I've known for years coming to me, and what I see them doing is blowing their account, and I'm not pointing at anyone specific, but you get into trading and it's very addictive, and then you take a trade just because you need to take a trade. So it's more about taking a trade and not taking the right trade. Um, you're not waiting for the right setup. You're not waiting is the hardest thing with trading, because you just like you want to get in there and you want to see money coming in, and then you get in there and you see money going out, and then you get desperate, and then you think that you can beat the market. So then you start taking stupid trades, thinking you can change the market with $250, and the market quickly shows you that you're just about a speck in the ocean, and it'll shut you down pretty quick. So this challenge for me of taking the $250, $252 and trying to make something big out of it, 1 week in, no profit, it's okay. I don't have a huge loss either, and I have managed my risk. This week has been to the point where you could fall asleep in front of the chart because it's just so boring. Now, there's other people here that scalp, and that's fine. I do too, but not on this account. This is supposed to be educational for you, show you how I trade, and then you can scale this out as you grow your account. I once took an account that only had $3 left in it and built it up to over $1,000. It took 5 months, because you could imagine at $3 I didn't have much leverage. So I took one trade. The first trade I took made $10, and then I took another trade, and that sat for 2 weeks and made me another $15, and then it just went on like that. But and at that point I traded with no stop loss, because the risk of getting stopped out was $3. And so it was a crapshoot, really. Not the best way of trading. But anyway, I did it, and it was more for me than anyone else. But so it can be done. You just have to be patient. Next week, I sure hope we have a more interesting week as far as trading goes, because this has been absolutely boring. This has been a very slow week, but with non-farm payroll sitting there on a Friday, all that the market makers are doing is really just positioning themselves to get ready for that. So that's what's been happening this entire week. It's just we started over here, I believe. The second, we didn't start on the second. Let's see, what day do we have here? Here we have the 10th. That's today, Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday. We started here, right, on this candle. So if we zoom in, you'll see something really interesting to just show you how much did the market move this week from here to there. It hasn't moved. I mean, it's gone up, it's gone down, it's gone up, but it's just been positioning. So it's extremely boring week compared to the previous week, right? So here we have December 30th. I don't know why this is not shown right, but anyway, 31st, 2nd. So last week we had Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday was closed, then we had Thursday, Friday. So we have from here, really from here to here, 170 pips in one direction. And then non-farm payroll week, absolutely boring. And then here we are. bottom of the channel, by the way, so could be a move up, as I said before. But just to show you, non-farm payroll, third week of each month, third Friday of each month. It's actually, I'm sorry, first Friday of each month. It wasn't last Friday because that was the beginning of the year, so they pushed it. But each month, first Friday of the month, non-farm payroll, big event. If you learn how to trade by with news, you will you can bank a lot of money. I don't like trading news, but we could have traded today. Let's see, today we could have traded and we could have been in and out and made 35 pips on 15 minutes, 1 hour. Let's see, yeah, it's not more than 30 pips. 4 hours. I mean, it's been absolutely boring. Anyway, here we are. We have a move up, and our NCAD, New Zealand dollar, Canadian dollar is now negative. And we can obviously hedge if we want to. And I don't know if I will, because I'm waiting for this resistance and another 2.9 pips to see what happens there. If it holds, it doesn't hold, so I'm just going to wait with that one. I added another chart, and that's Euro New Zealand dollar. I added that this morning, took a position, a buy position, based on a breakthrough of resistance. It was a bit early. I should have waited for a break above this structure. I didn't, and so I didn't follow my own trading rules. So I may pay for it or I may not. I still believe that this will come up a bit. So if you look at Euro USD and Euro New Zealand dollar correlation, unfortunately I have to go over here. Let's see how they work together or not. For every move that Euro USD does, Euro New Zealand dollar is following 40% of that, right? On 1 hour. On daily, it's actually not following it. It's separating. On weekly, it's the same. But then monthly, 3 months, and so on, it's higher correlation. We can check FX. Euro USD. So it's not in the first table. Just keep looking for the correlation here. New Zealand USD dollars. Can't really find a good comparison here. So Euro USD. That's the problem with FX Street is they don't have as an extensive table as Wanda. So on a 1 hour we have a 40% correlation, 44% correlation. So if Euro USD goes up, and then if it goes up 10 pips, then Euro New Zealand dollar is going to go up 4 pips, 4.4 pips. So I'm short on Euro USD, which means on a 1 hour chart, Euro New Zealand dollar will follow that 40% of whatever short position I have there. But on daily, it's actually opposite, right? So if I'm short on Euro USD, then I should be long on Euro New Zealand dollar. So I'm just looking at the candles here. We have a lot of wicks down here, so supply. So someone's buying up the supply. The volume is going down. So usually that means we have a move up. If you look over here, you see a lot of wicks at the bottom. volume being picked up, supply being picked up, and then as the volume drops down, you have a move up. So, and we have a pretty good support here, previous resistance. So let's see what happens with that. And here we have New Zealand Canadian dollar. We didn't go long on that. That was probably a pretty good move because this is an indecision candle, meaning bulls and bears can't make up their mind what they're going to do. Looking at previous candle, higher volume than this candle. So it's a pretty strong candle. A little slower. This one is huge volume. So it opened, there's actually a gap here. So it opened here, went up here, went down. Actually, the open is over here. Sorry. Because for it to be a bullish candle, the opening has to be lower than the closing. So open down here, which meant that we essentially had a gap here, 10 pips. Huge wick. So I still believe we're going to go down. Wicks, hanging man. Still waiting for this to drop. So I'm not taking any more trades at this point because I don't see anything interesting. This one is still positive. It's a sell. It did break through here, but huge wick here and low volume. So there's not like there's a big body here on 5 minutes, but the volume doesn't support the body. So there's no strength in this move up. So I don't think it's going to hold. And this move down is supported by the volume is just dropping and dropping. So I think this will continue being bearish for a little bit. We're not into pound dollar. It's been kicking our ass this week, but we had a resistance up here that this is yesterday. Holy cow, was it boring. Came up here, broke through, no confirmation candle, so we knew that it was just testing it. Came up to an old structure, which acted as a resistance, came back down, sat here and just stared at the wall. Came back up, tested it again, and now dropping. So we'll look for a break below this line, 30.55.8, with a confirmation candle, and then we'll take a short. We have hit the sweet spot, so we drew a fib from here to here. We have been up at the sweet spot twice. So again, I believe we will have a short. Normally, I would jump in right now, and I would be usually too early. So we're going to do this. We're going to mark that at the moment we believe that this thing is going to go down. So we're just going to mark it on this candle, and then we'll see if we're right. That's it. I'm going to check if anyone's joined the call. I doubt it because I didn't give people enough time. So it's just me, myself, and I. And I said I was going to be online for an hour, and no point in being live. I didn't give you guys a lot of heads up, so I'm just gonna go ahead and cut it short, and then be a little bit better prepared next week. this one will be like just a little play around. I'll post the recordings again, um, and we'll see you Monday. The market closes at 4 Eastern today, where I'm trading with the trading spot that I'm using. So at 4 p.m. it closes, and I'm using Trader's Way. And I know I'm showing my account number here, but go ahead if you think you can hack it, if I can do it. I sincerely doubt that you will, but market opens up Sunday, 5 p.m. Eastern. Not much happens on Sunday, so I don't do a recording on Sunday. So my recordings will be Monday to Fridays. Unless something unusual happens over the weekend that I see, then I will jump in and I'll make a recording. So again, today we're at $249.47, so we basically stood still for a day. We stood still the entire damn week. We're waiting for these positions. We have 4 positions. We have managed our risk. We got about $12 riding on risk, and that's okay. And looking to close out the day positive. And even if I'm only up just about $1 on each and every position, I will either tighten up the stop loss so tight that you can sharpen a pencil up in there, or just simply close it out and start over next week. Anyway, interesting week. Didn't really lose any money, and we learned a lot, I hope. So have a great weekend, and I'll see you next week.